I've got a big problem here on the farm today. My lawnmower tire is flat. I think it's gonna need to be replaced. The grass out here on our lawn is getting way too overgrown. It's over 12 inches tall now. Here's a little bit more, and here's actually where we've mowed it down to a good height. And then there where it's taller. And as if that weren't bad enough, I've got an even bigger problem here on the farm. But I gotta warn you, there are graphic images ahead if you're gonna stick this out with me and look at some real world, real farm problems. You're gonna have to gird up your loins and not be a person that gets queasy when you see mutilated animals. So, I warned you. That is hair. And if you look really close, there are maggots in there, and the stench is just awful. I'm gagging. All right, yeah, so it's pretty bad. We've got flies everywhere. We've got maggots on this, and that's not the worst of it. That's just, if that bothers you, you might want to turn this off now. So those scraps that were back there came from that. I don't think I'm gonna get any closer. I don't think you want to see it any closer. This is whole sheep. We noticed she'd gone missing, and it wasn't until I got out here and I started haying this field, I started mowing the field, I smelled something. I'm mowing this field and I notice there's a sheep lying there. And so I just mowed around it, checked on it. She was dead. Really sad. She had twins this last season, this last lambing season, and she was a great mom. Really great mom, and her twins are still doing good. They're out there with the other sheep. They have not skipped a beat though. Mom dropped dead. They've continued on. You know, they had already started to graze with the rest of the flock. But yeah, so it is what it is. We've got a dead sheep here on the property, and it is partially decomposing already. I need mowing done up at our property. I could, and I probably will, fix the mower. But I've also got 2 rotting corpses because we have another lamb that we pulled out for the dogs. It died. We were letting them eat it, and they have not been eating it quick enough. We could have planned this out better and executed it better, and that'll be something to work on in the future, but we need to take care of this other carcass. We need to take care of that carcass, and there's a couple different options, right? I mean, we could scoop these things up, and we could dig a hole and bury them. We could recycle them, use the power of nature, and we could turn them into feed for our chickens, which that would be pretty awesome. If we could figure out somehow how to do that. Well, there is actually a way, and we're gonna call it our chicken maggot, our automatic chicken maggot dispenser. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab a 5-gallon bucket, we're gonna drill a whole bunch of holes in it, and we're gonna hang it where the chickens can access the maggots as the maggots consume the meat and grow, and then they fall out of there. They'll fall to where the chickens can get them, chickens will eat them, chickens will love them, and that'll help with our dead rotting carcass problem. We're basically creating solutions here out of problems. How are we going to handle the mowing up here though? Well, we have set up a fence here along this stretch, and if you look back there, we've already let the sheep in, and the sheep are already coming up here to graze. They're back there in the thicket. There is a delicious ice cream bar out here for you. Just all sorts of ice cream for you to eat. There you go. Follow the leader. Come on out into the yard pasture. Now, if you watched one of our previous videos, you'd know that we talked about this. We're fencing off the entire perimeter of our property for the purpose of allowing the sheep to graze on our lawn. So once we did that though, they didn't want to have anything to do with the lawn. Solution to that problem was set up this fence and paddock them off here. So we've created a paddock here for them in this portion of our yard. And so then in a day or so, it depends on how long it takes them to eat this down, and they're a little hesitant to do this just because they know that their pasture, right, the pasture that they really like is the north pasture, and because they're right next to it, they're standing over there at the gate. So we've set up this fence here because the sheep didn't want to graze on the property, the areas of our property that we wanted them to. We wanted them to mow this down for us. Sheep are the most efficient mowers. Nothing goes to waste. It all gets turned into fat and muscle and bone. They're an amazing animal that they can take something like this, which humans can't. We can't subsist off from vegetables. We can't subsist off from vegetation and things that grow out of the ground. We can't thrive on those, right? Vegetation, though, for sheep is something that they can completely live off from, no problem. So we don't feed them any grain. They live 100% off from grass, which means when it comes time for them to come and mow our lawn, they've got no problem doing it, other than it's not the beautiful, lush salad bar that their north pasture is. You know, that's where the ice cream is. They want to go back there and eat the ice cream. Well, we're forcing them through this paddock system, this rotational grazing system, to come here and mow our lawn. And they've only been on it since last night. I mean, they've only been in this paddock, forced to be in this paddock since last night. And they're just a little hesitant to, you know, actually come and eat it. In a future update, I'll have to show you how well they mowed that, or, you know, how well they did not mow it. But they're gonna fertilize our yard, they're gonna mow it down for us. We'll see how it goes. This is an experiment this year to see if we can get away with using our mower less, using less fuel to mow a yard that, you know, then those clippings are basically just gonna go to waste. What they will do is they'll break down and create carbon. I've got these old buckets, old 5-gallon buckets that we drilled holes in the bottom of to put chicken water nipples in there. These just didn't work out well for us, so I tend to hang on to things longer than I probably should, but this is one thing that I knew we were never going to use it for the original purpose of drilling these holes in there, but I had no idea what else we'd use it for. Today, I remembered that I still had these 4 buckets, and that's what we're going to use to build our automatic maggot dispensing buckets for our chickens. So all I've got to do though is drill a bunch more holes in here, then we can throw the carcasses in there from the lamb and give that to our chickens so that maggots start dropping out of the bottom. So I'm gonna go grab my drill and do that. I would not normally use these lids. They're very expensive. I think they're about $10 a piece, but they're already there attached to these waters, and we're gonna leave them in place. I'm not gonna try to take them off and reuse them on something else, and they'll make it really handy for sealing these up real quick and easy. These weren't great for the waters, but they'll be great for this. So let's get these holes drilled out. We're just gonna drill a whole bunch more holes. So these are for the flies to go in, right here. These are for the maggots to come out. Whew. All right, there we go. Now we just got to hang this somewhere where the chickens can get to the maggots as they drop. Maggots are already starting to fall out here. So we've already got maggots falling out of holes here. Right there. Did you see it?
No.
This hole. See, there they are.
Are they alive?
Can you see it?
You can't see on the camera. It's too dark.
All right, there we go, folks. A couple of problems that we've had here on the farm. The solutions that we're using to turn them, to turn negatives into positives. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll give you an update on how it's all working, how the automatic sheep lawnmower is working, and how the automatic maggot dispenser for chicken feed is working in a future video. Stay tuned for that. And it's looking like it's gonna work great though. Those chickens, they just gotta find those maggots. And before long here, they're gonna be chowing down. And before long here, sheep are gonna be chowing down on our lawn, mowing it for us. Can't wait, it's gonna be good. It's all good. So anyway, y'all take care. Stay safe. Hug somebody. God bless. Everything is going to be okay. Peace.